I'm Jack Devine. Welcome back to another episode of Jacksnax. Today on the channel, we're going to snack on Good Lovin' by the Grateful Dead and the Lovin' Spoonful. We're not just going to learn the solo, but we're going to see how it relates to triadic shapes and how we can employ those shapes to help us, navigate through some tricky, fast changes, okay? So stick around, and I'll break it down for you note for note. So let's break down the solo that I did, all right? It was... That's our first little lick, all right? Starts on this upstroke on the B string at the 13th fret. Downbeat right there. That last note here is actually that C note is a downbeat. So it should get a downstroke. So in order for those notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, for the downbeat to end on a downstroke, we have to start on an upstroke. I'm sliding from this E note on the D string, 14th fret, all the way down to the root of the C chord I'm still playing over. Okay, this is over this C chord, C. All right, I'm using this A note at the 14th fret G string, sounding the 6th of our C chord, to create just a little tiny, scale. One scale interval is not going to hurt anybody. Okay, and then that's using the C as the 5th of the F chord we're playing over, and then going, that's the root and the 3rd of the F chord. Then we're coming up into here, just grabbing the 3rd of the G, like that. Okay, and then back right quick to the F, all right, which I'm using my index finger to kind of pivot back and forth between the root on the G string at the 10th fret and the A note. Okay, that's the 3rd of our F chord. So all in 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, that's our first time through those 3 chords. All right, the next section is... Okay, so we had... Okay, so what are we doing there? We're on the A note with our index finger. Slide back to the G note and come back through this little C chord shape. Okay, and that's over the C chord. Slide down to A. That's the 3rd of the F chord that we're playing over. Okay, go from 3rd of the F to the 5th of the F, back to the 3rd, and then resolve to the root of the G chord. All right, that's going to be the G note located on the D string at the 5th fret. Okay, so all in, we have 1, 2, play along nice and slow, upstroke. Okay, so that's, okay, those are, again, upstrokes on those upbeats. I guess it doesn't matter if you're doing 2 upstrokes or going down. Okay, then we come up into this little tiny C chord and go, all right, and just arpeggiate a G7 chord. All right, so that's going to be G, B, D, and F. All right, so that's starting on the 10th fret, A string. All right, then the D at the 9, 7 on the G, and then up to the 10. Okay, and that's, again, that's out of that same familiar shape, that C chord shape, just down here at the 10th fret. Okay, all in. Every now and again, you'll see me kind of going like, kind of keeping time with it. I find that really helps me stay in the groove a little bit more than if I went, I'd going, so a lot of those grace notes and like little implied little bits of rhythm tend to help keep the line moving forward, all right? So I suggest you embrace that idea as well, but, everything isn't always my way, for sure. All right, and that brings us to the next section. So let's fill that in, okay? Okay, on the downbeat again, we came out of this G7 chord. Okay, and we're going to land on the E note, which is the third of our C. Okay. So we're going to go back from E, G, E, C, back to E, then to the G, okay? Okay, then that's over the C chord, out of that little shape. Then we're going to go to the F chord, back and forth, pivoting between the 3 and the root. And one of the tricks here is to learn this technique, okay? I call it the point and pad. We're on the point of the finger, and then we're on the pad of the finger. We're going to flatten it out. Okay, if you can do that, you suffer significantly less agita going back and forth between little that kind of thing. That's an awful lot of fingering to deal with, okay? So we're just going to pivot. Don't allow them to sound at the same time. Being thirds, they're going to sound kind of clanky together. You know, you have to kind of, oftentimes you got to do some little micro tuning within a chord shape to make it, you know, looking for it or give it a little wiggle. All right, so don't go. Okay, bip boop bap. Okay, so that's. I'm coming up and grabbing again that same little B note. Again, the third to the root of the F, and then I reach up with my ring finger and grab the octave. Okay, so that's okay. I also like using the G right before that as well. It's kind of an interesting try, but in order to kind of maintain the triadic integrity of this, I started instead of. But I kind of like that the G note instead of the F sometimes. So you can see what's happening here. We're pulling off. There's our little F chord. And we're going to use that root of the F and make it swap functions real quickly and become the fourth of the C chord and do a little sus4. And you can see this little D chord shape. Okay, we're used to playing D like that. So if that's D, then that's D sharp, E, F, G, A, B, C. Okay, so if we did. So that's going. Okay, so I'm coming up out of that F chord. But I think I grabbed it with the ring finger. Okay, and now I'm going to come up into the last little bit of the verse before we get into the doctor section, okay? Okay, that's it. So chromatic note actually finally creeping its way in there. Okay, just gonna grab that G sharp or A flat depending on. Okay, like that. So, all in. We've made it to the pre-chorus, all right? So we're coming up out of this whole business where we go, okay, and we would have ended up with our index finger on the 13th fret high E string. We're going to go, okay, that's a little 3-note pull-off from the 15th fret, and then a second pick strike on the 3rd of our C chord, which we're going to come down through this D shape. Okay. Then we're going to come in and grab the first of the doctors with our middle finger. And I usually come up and just kind of do a dead stroke. But if you wanted to put a really cool note, this B is really nice. Because that's. That's the third of the G chord we're playing into, so it's kind of a nice move. Okay, then that's our call, and here's the response. Mr. MD. 15th fret B string, 1 fret bend. So we're up to a minor third, 2, 1, 6, 1. Grab another doctor, doctor. Either one. It's basically, if you want to think about it like you're playing the F chord, that's its 5th. Or you could think you're going and anticipating the G and come to the B. They both sound really nice because there's no real chord there. Or both notes really work nicely, the C or the B, okay? So the first one was Mr. MD. I did oh, can you tell me? So that's the third, the fourth, the fifth, and then the flat third. 2, 1. Okay, so that's going to be 12, 13, 15 on the high E. And then I use my middle finger to grab this D note and bend it 1 fret. And grab another doctor. And then I did a quick bend from 5 to 6. Mid. What's in me? Something like that. She said, Okay, so that's chromatically from E up to G. Then a quick little dyad, like that. Okay. Oh, sorry. Dyad. Like that. And then back into dyads. Yeah, 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 yeah. Like that. So she said, yeah. Okay, and now we go to the D chord. All you need. Okay, that's a really fun idea over this D7. Okay, so we're going to outline this D chord like that. So we're going to chromatically come up from the 2nd degree through the flat third into, okay. Then from the 5, chromatically up to the 6, and then to the root. Okay, then a little 6, 5, flat 3, 2, 1. Okay, so that was okay, ending on the A note, and then we're going to jump up here and grab the G and go. So that's G, and the same little chromatic walk up to the major third from the 2. And that's 5, 6, 3, 1. And now we're ready for the chorus. So all in that little section stemming from I believe in my take I actually barred across both the B and the E, like that. Just to give it a little bit more energy. Sometimes using multiple strings to form these little partial chords is like, you know, the Chuck Berry style of playing where you add a little bit more energy to a line via harmony. Okay, so that's what that thing was also as well. It create like, oh, that's the chorus. That's everybody, that's people singing in harmony. Okay, and now we come back with the chorus. All right, now the chorus comes up, and that's where we got. Okay, Okay, so we're going to slide up to the third of the F chord. Okay, like that. Because that's what we're doing. Good love. We're going 4 1 4 5 5 5 4 4 1. So we have to actually imply that little 4 1. So that's where. So I'm coming up with my middle finger and forming this little sixth to grab the major third and the root of the F chord. Okay, then down the C chord, all right, in the shape of a D chord at the 12th fret. Chromatically walking up to the third of the F. Same idea, but we just slide from third to third, from the F to the G's third. Sorry, I don't go chromatically. Whoops. Okay, and then again, I think I may have gone another one of those peels. Now I'm going closer. Okay, that's the third and the fifth. So these are sixths, these are thirds. Another 1 fret bend from D to D sharp. And nice and bluesy, right? Okay, I think I came back from C to D. Kind of pivoting off that A note with the ring, middle finger at the 14th fret G. And then this little number. Sorry. Okay. So I'm going 6, 5, flat 3. Flat 3, bent up into the natural or major third. See me drop down and grab that B, I think, in the take. Because that's over the G chord, so that's its third and that's its root. It's kind of a fun little game to play where you're going. So you're moving the C to the B, because that's the root of the C chord, the 5 of the F chord, and the third. All of a sudden you come back and grab the third of the G chord. So all in we did. Just brushing back through the C triad like that with my middle finger at the 17th fret, starting at the B string G. Okay, so going to grab the ending, okay? So So that's going to wrap things up for us today on Jacksnax. Thanks again for stopping by.